Hey, hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Set It Up Sunday. I am Renita Alexander, the Leadership Locksmith, your host for Set It Up Sunday. This is the weekly training that I do every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm going to give folks a couple of minutes to come into the space, come into this virtual space. Say hey if you're here live. Just let me know that you're here. Just say hello. Just say hello. I have had an amazing weekend. I spent a lot of time outdoors this weekend. There's nothing like summertime in Chicago. And so the weather's been a little bit warm the last couple of days. I think it got in the mid 80s today, which is pretty warm. And I did something that I enjoyed it at the time, but I think it's got me feeling a little tired now. And that is I took an outdoor exercise class. So I am a bar method enthusiast. I am an instructor, although I haven't instructed for a minute. But I've been taking class pretty regularly over the last month or so. And the studio that I take class at offered a free class today as a part of Sundays on Stage. So it's something that has been happening through the month of July here on downtown Chicago on State Street, which has been one of those hubbubs of commerce that has really suffered during the pandemic. So a lot of the stores have closed, and this Sundays on State has been an effort to get foot traffic to some of the businesses that are in State. And so I've gone every Sunday that they've had it. And today I took in 80-degree weather a bar method class. I did all 60 push-ups on my toes. Michael Black, you should be impressed to hear that. It was an amazing class. I really enjoyed it, but I'm feeling a little tired right now, and I think that might be the reason why. So we're going to be really quick tonight, continuing our discussion. We've been talking for the month of July about purpose and how we allow purpose, or how we should allow purpose to help us set up what it is we're trying to do. And of course, that falls right in line with Set It Up Sunday, because that's what Set It Up Sunday is all about. It's about setting up our day, our week, our month, our year, our life for success in whatever way we define success. But we have to be intentional about it. And so, like I said, we've been talking about purpose, our intention, our intent, our purpose, our reason for being here. And we all have one. It is unique to each of us. It's a unique ways to express ourselves. Purpose should be for something greater than and other than ourselves. That's what I believe, at least. And, one of the things that we talked about is that we wouldn't be passionate about the things we're passionate about, or have the dreams that we have, if we didn't have the capacity to fulfill them. So all we have to do is act on that which is placed in our hearts, in our spirits to do. And I also quoted a couple of weeks ago author Brian Tracy, and he says that once you know your purpose, you can organize all of your activities around it. And I shared with you before that I said that in a webinar one time, and one of the ladies that was attending immediately changed her schedule, because she recognized that some of the things that she had planned for that weekend were not, in fact, in accordance with what she was trying to do, the role she was trying to play, the purpose she was trying to fulfill. And we all have, we have a purpose, but we also have roles that we have to play. And so there may be things that we want to be intentional about in whatever roles that we play. And so all of those things, knowing all of those things, prioritizing all of those things, can help us figure out what it is that we should be doing and when. And that includes social media. So I was invited to listen to one of the shows that comes on pretty regularly on Clubhouse. I've been a member of Clubhouse now for a few months. I was invited to be a part by one of my friends who also recommended that I listen in on Clubhouse's, I think it's the Billionaires Club. I was looking for it right before I went live, and I couldn't find the exact name of it. I think I'm a member of the club, but if I'm not, I need to join it the next time that I listen in. But it's a daily, I think it's a weekday Clubhouse that comes on. I think it comes on at 8 Eastern time and goes off at 11. So I catch it. I usually catch about an hour or so. And there's several moderators that kind of lead the discussion. And on this particular day that I was listening in, the person that was sharing was talking about being intentional with our social media, which I thought was interesting interesting take to have on a social media platform. But it was right in keeping with what I talk about with regard to being intentional about our activities. And the person that shared, her name is Jen, and she shared that we should be intentional about how we engage with social media. And look, and she talked about some of the things, that same things that I talk about with regard to purpose. When it comes to being intentional with social media, we should know our who, our what, our when, our where, and our why. And so I want to talk about those aspects of engaging with social media. So the first thing is the who, and that is really understanding who your audience is. Well, actually, the first thing is the what. So what is the purpose of communicating? So why are you communicating on social media? Is it, just for fun? Are you trying to share something with someone else? But if you're in business, usually the purpose of, or the what for your communicating may have something to do with your business. And so on each time you communicate, you need to be thinking about what is the purpose for that communication. And then let me go back to the who, and that is who is your audience. And so that those two really go hand in hand, because knowing who your audience is going to help you refine what your message is. So what your purpose is, or what you're trying to convey to your potential target audience, be it a customers that you're trying to attract, or again, for whatever reason you are actually engaging on social media. The next thing is the when. So once you've kind of figured out who your audience is and what you're trying to communicate to them, when are they likely to catch your message? Right. So, one of the things that I have found in my Facebook group right here is that a lot of people are engaging in the evening, but I have to go check that every so often. And so I don't look at the analytics on probably a daily basis. I probably should be looking at them a little bit more, but I do look at them periodically so that I kind of know when the people are engaging. And that's when I try to have my content posted. Now, sometimes, people may go to the page and specifically look for things, especially when they are new to the group. But for the most part, people catch it when they catch it, when it shows up on their timeline. So I try to, again, post when I know that the people that are a part of the group are most likely to see what it is I'm trying to post. The next piece is the where. So, oh my goodness, there are so many social media platforms. I was encouraged to be on a Clubhouse by a friend. Another colleague was like, "You got to get on TikTok." I can't keep up with all the social media platforms that are available to us to communicate. There's so many ways to communicate. And of course, now they're sort of in competition with each other. Everybody's trying to, have people show videos, post videos. Everybody's trying to have these private spaces where you can engage with your audience on all the platforms. So it can be really confusing about, what platform you should be on. But again, knowing your audience and what it is you're trying to convey will kind of help you narrow down what platform you should be on. And so I not recently, in the last 6 to 7 months, got a lot more active on LinkedIn because, to be quite frank, that is where some of my audience is going to be, in addition to the Facebook. And I do use the other platforms, but I use most of the time it's different content. I'm on Instagram a little bit more playful than I am, say, on Facebook. And then your why is the last thing that we're going to talk about. And why are you engaging with this audience? And that speaks back to your purpose, your why. Why are you, saying what you have to say? What is the message you're trying to convey? And why do you feel like you're the person that should be conveying that message? It's probably a part of your purpose. And as we said, once you know what that purpose is, you want to make sure that you're being intentional about organizing everything that you do around that purpose. Okay, that is all I have. Let's see who's here. Trying to build an authentic brand on Facebook. Somebody is doing that. Okay. Oh, well, that is all I have. Let's see. I do this all the time. I accidentally turn up the volume on my phone. I'm trying to see who's here. Hey, Major M is here. Colonel B is here. Habiba is here. Christina is here. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, for joining in the fun. So do you have any questions or comments for me about our topic tonight? Again, this has pretty much been the focus for the month of July, and that is purpose and being intentional about all the things that we do in our lives. And it really, I know, helps me, or especially helped me when I was when my daughter was actually living with me. She's an adult now, so I don't have to be as concerned. And then since I started my business, I had to be really intentional about how I spend my time. So because there's 24 hours in the day, I have to do things like work out. I have to have a social life. I have to spend time with friends and family. That's the whole point and the purpose. And so finding the time to do all of that makes me be contributes to me being super organized. And so, any questions or comments before I call it a night? Thank you all so much for being here live. For those of you that will witness this live later, when we're not so live, just if you have questions or comments, be sure and share those with me. I do try to go through and make sure I'm answering any questions or responding to any comments that people post. All right, so I'm not seeing any questions or comments. We'll give it just a couple of more seconds because there's such a delay when I'm live. I want to make sure I always, just as I'm about to end the broadcast, I always see a comment. So I want to make sure that I give people time to make those comments. Yes, Habiba, trying to build an authentic brand on Facebook requires some engagement and some intentionality. It requires that you understand your audience and what you're trying to convey to them, and when they're going to be there, what it is that they're interested in that will attract them to your message. So all of those things. And it is pretty time consuming. Okay, well, I am not seeing any comments. It is 8:15, our 15 minutes. Our time is up. 15 minutes are over. Time is up. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of this amazing Sunday evening. And we will talk next time, next Sunday. See you then.